This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning. Wow, Roger Cook today, mate. Premier of this fine state, but come on. Like, did you think that he could do this?
No, he didn't think he could do this.
Bad impressions.
He got
good impressions.
right into it.
Yeah, he told us he was terrible at it, and turns out he's amazing.
I tell you what, who were amazing. A couple of people in this studio who were alone. They don't have partners, but I tell you what, they lift to the moment that occurs in front
Don't
of
say
them.
a couple of people, say a couple of heroes.
They're
Sean,
very
heroes.
attractive heroes.
We talk to people about the things that were definitely a more than one person job, but one person did it, and you're going to hear it. A girl called Christy who annoyed us.
And I think a couple of times throughout the morning, I broke the Megan McManus is still in bed rule, and I spoke about things out of turn, Sean, in a time where your wife can hear them.
We talk about
very
surprise
annoyed.
money as well, when money just turns up.
And Matthew Pavlich joins us for a chat.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We're dedicated to the craft of radio.
Do you want to have the rest of the day off?
Please.
Over 937.
It's 6:04, Nathan, Nat and Sean. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Came to work twice this morning.
It was dire straits for him this morning when I saw him, Natalie.
That's one too many times, Nathan.
Natalie, I drove to work and I was nearly here, and then I went, you know when you have a break in the routine of your morning, so just something throws you off? So I remember having my iPad and then walking out to the kitchen and going, oh, wait there, and then walking back to the kitchen, and going, oh, wait there, I didn't turn the kettle on. So I put my iPad down, and I never do that. Normally, when I got it in my hand, it goes straight into my bag. So then, get ready, come to work.
Chaos ensues.
This is full on.
Literally just
It's
down the
full on.
road, and then I realised my iPad wasn't there. And you know what? Just those little things. And then having to drive back Galway, back through the tunnel, go home, and then go up the stairs, Sean, was like climbing Everest to me. I was nearly exhausted halfway up that. It was that. Why is no one... I don't see any caring.
It was the Everest. It was the Everest of your day.
It's Everest
And
of my
that's
life,
happening to
Sean.
people right now.
If you're going home to pick up something out now, don't come back.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that I come to work regularly on a Monday. This happens on a Monday when I walk into the newsroom and something will change.
Like what?
There's no remote for this. Or the TV doesn't work on the TV.
Updated software on the computer and now it doesn't work.
So I appreciate that you don't need that.
My thing, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure like this is why brain surgery doesn't happen at this time in the morning, because it's just like the brain surgeon will get there and go, oh, I can't. Like even if the scalpel's moving, I just can't do it today. Like just pop the head top back on and we'll just do it later.
Actually, it's a really good question. I've found myself many times being the first cab off the rank and having to be at the hospital like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
They're not switched on.
They're not switched on. No. If you're getting,
I'm gonna
if you're
change my
getting
day.
operated before 5 a.m, then there's, I mean, that I don't think it's legal. I think they're taking your organs.
But you also don't want to be at 5 o'clock. Do you know what I mean?
That's
Like, 'cause
fatigue.
that's a long day.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a long day.
And then when you have to fast, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Fast. Fasting goes slow. Isn't it
It
weird?
does.
Opposite word.
Wow. Insights.
Is that a juxtaposition or is that an oxymoron now?
No,
it's an onomatopoeia.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Sean was just talking a lot of smack about his wife then.
Wanting
Oh,
Megan.
it's going to be asleep.
All right,
Well, she's worn out. That's right.
Tell everyone quickly.
Mate, yesterday she was in a cleaning frenzy, and I can't remember how it came off, Nathan, the song was playing. But I got home, and it was it was probably 12 o'clock yesterday. But she would have been cleaning for 3 hours, from 9 o'clock easily, like feverishly. And it was the type of thing where I walked into the house and I just looked.
Like Mr. Sheen will walk in and go, settle down, Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I walked in, I went, the house is like almost
So
like
pristine.
display
It's pristine,
centre
yes.
level.
Yeah.
So those
And-
white glove people can walk in and just go...
No, not that part of it, but the fact that everything was
right.
in order and just all cleaned up
so
to
Megan
an
keeps a
interest. Like
dusty
the
house
last
now.
thing you would think, the last thing that you would need to do is give the tables a wipe down and the windows a bit of
So
a
what was she
a
preparing
dust.
for?
The cleaner.
This is insane to
And
me.
I'm at that level where, man, if I mention that, like, it's going to start World War III. What are you talking about? I'm saving him time. I'm saving us money.
Can I just explain
She
it to
went
Megan?
for 4 hours before the guy started
cleaner
yesterday.
got there.
I'm not joking. When I say
that
4 hours,
cleaner
4 hours.
Has the easiest job in the world.
The thing about it, though, and Sean's right, he's going to re-clean the area that you cleaned anyway.
Yes.
Because you know what? They're going to do a thorough job because it's going to look bad for them. My hairdresser, I say sometimes when they're really busy, I'll just wash my own hair. He goes, no, we can't have you doing that because that looks terrible. And it's the same thing. They will take pride in their job and they'll want to do it. He'll bang it out quicker than Megan will. So she'll save time if she just lets him do it. But also, it's like getting a private chef over to your house and being all excited for dinner, and then you basically getting everything ready and say, "Oh, mate, just everything's ready, put it in the oven."
It's like,
What's the point?
What's the point?
You've hired a professional to do this
Well, I
gig.
think the one thing that she always talks about to me when I bring up that, Nath, is the dusting part of things and the cleaning of the toilets. But she cleans the toilets a couple of times a week anyway. But they're the two things. Yeah, but he dusts the thing and does some of the window stuff that I don't like doing. But she does all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
He's the happiest cleaner in the world, by the way.
Can I
He is,
just
actually.
give everyone a tip
And
at
he loves
home as
me.
well? Please, always think about cleaning on top of your fridge, because tall people, we come into your house and we judge.
Mine's built in, so
Mine's
you won't
built
see
in.
anything.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Richie's.
Yeah.
So the rest of us just have loose fridges floating around our houses.
Oh my
You
God.
tart with your loose fridge.
You peasant.
But every time, like one time I stayed at this Airbnb, particularly in Dunsborough, and it was the one that I rocked up and they had said there was air conditioning every room and there wasn't, and so I had to go and buy several fans because it was so bloody hot. Anyway, and I left there and I said I cleaned it, I gave the place a good clean on my notes, and I said, and also I cleaned on top of your fridge. And anyway, she sent me back a message. I can't remember, but I think she thought it was an insult.
It said F you.
But
was
it
the
wasn't an
message.
insult. She thought, I said, obviously your cleaners are too short and they can't see on top of the fridge. Anyway, clean on top of your fridge is dirty.
So what you should do if you own an Airbnb is ask the height of the guests when they're
and then
checking
clean to
in.
that height.
So that's
you
right.
cannot stay here if you're below this height.
Yes, that's right.
idea.
You're above this height because the cleaner can't reach there.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Nathan, Nat and Sean's BZ4X Games. Wake up with Nathan, Nat and Sean and charge on with the all-electric Toyota BZ4X when innovation meets everyday practicality.
All right, here we go. It's time for the BZ4X Games. Up for grabs is VIPP status at our final show of the year, which is next Friday at Optus Stadium Amphitheatre, where somebody is going to win an all-electric Toyota BZ4X. And our VIPPs get 10 entries into that draw.
It's amazing stuff.
Hit it. We know what this is. It's a game about a name. Tallulah, we were throwing around before.
Yes, one
There
Tallulah.
are 3 famous Tallulahs. The most famous Tallulah in history is Tallulah Bankhead. She was an actress back in the black and white days. And then since then, it's been Tallulah Morton and Tallulah Harlock. And they're so not famous that they don't even say what they are.
There was a Tallulah Banks who was in a movie in 2009 as well.
That's it.
So we left Tallulah out because we didn't have 9 questions. But I tell you what, Chris and Michelle are going to go head-to-head today. We won't tell them the name just yet, but we'll say hello to them. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Chris. Have you ever known a Tallulah, Chris?
No, I haven't.
Chris, were you in the class with how many Chris's growing up?
I think I was the only Chris, actually.
It's a miracle.
Joking? There were Chris's coming out of the walls in
Chris's galore.
Castle.
everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of Chris's.
My name is actually Crispin.
Ah,
I've heard that as a
Okay.
last name, but not as a first
That
name.
feels like that. Crispin feels like the name of someone that holidays at the Alps.
Yeah, does that come from is that Dutch or something? More Crispin?
English.
yeah.
It's bacon.
It
Sean.
does. It does sound like haughty English, like you're a posh English person,
Yeah,
Crispin.
there's originally,
Is that fair? So
And
did,
a lot of people do think it is my surname.
Oh.
yeah,
Yes.
right. Okay.
Well, you
I know
probably
the Crispins.
think we can't think of another name that is more fancy than Crispin. Welcome to the game, Michelle.
Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
How many Michelles were there in your class growing up, Michelle? None.
No,
They
are
like
you?
spread out the Chris's and the Michelles.
I-
There's one in every class.
I
but there's just
literally
one.
stepped over 3 Michelles to get to work today.
So many Michelles.
Going up the stairs.
They're everywhere.
All the Michelles. All right, here's what's going to happen. Shortly, we're going to tell you the name of the day. Then all of the questions will pertain to that name. We'll ask it. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. Get it right, you take the point. Get it wrong, we'll give your opponent a crack at it. It is the first to score 5 points will win.
The tissue buzzers.
Let's test your buzzers. Chris,
Chris.
Michelle.
Michelle.
They're working, guys.
Lovely.
Today's name is... Oh, Kate the Great. Kate the Great. Kate the Great. She's Kate the Great. There we go. Kate.
Kate.
Right.
Kate is the name of the day.
Kate the Great.
Now they're frantically thinking of every Kate they've ever imagined. Okay, ready for question
This
one?
should be a cakewalk.
Stop yourself.
Yeah, thanks.
Michelle wasn't convinced about that.
No, that's the biggest laugh Michelle's ever given out during the show. And we heard it.
All right, here we go. Question one, Sean.
Okay. This Kate is our best friend in Perth and is known for keeping her practice in private.
Oh, Michelle.
Yes, Michelle.
Is it Kate Walsh?
Yes,
Kate
Kate Walsh.
Private
The
practice.
Queen of Perth.
Best friends.
Michelle leads 1-0. All right, next, Kate. This Kate is married to the future King of England.
Chris.
Yes, Chris.
Kate. Kate.
No, all right, Michelle,
No,
you get a crack
lost
at it.
it.
Michelle?
Kate Middleton.
Yes, Michelle.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a
Well done,
married
Michelle.
Crispin.
Chris, we buzzed you out anyway, by the way.
Yeah,
'Cause
there
you've
is a
taken
time. You can't take all
100
day.
years to get to there.
No, here we go.
Michelle leads 2-0.
Sorry.
No.
No.
You don't apologise. You apologise to Kate Middleton. All right, here we go.
Next one.
This Kate can be found running up that hill.
Chris.
Yes, Chris.
Kate Moss.
No, Chris. Michelle, do you want to have a crack at it?
This Kate can be found running up that hill.
Yeah, I know the song. I know she's an 80s lady.
Yeah,
She's an 80s lady.
Yeah.
she's an
Hello,
angel.
all the
had a
80s
hairy
ladies
what?
that are listening too.
Chris.
Yes,
No, you don't. You've lost your shot. But I'll tell you what.
We'll get him to guess.
Yeah, you can have a crack.
Kate Bush.
It is
Yeah,
Kate Bush, but
Kate
we
Bush.
can't give you the point.
Of course it was.
Kate's bloody
Yeah,
Of
it
course
was.
it
Of course it was. All right, next, Kate.
Here we go. This Kate is the provision of food and drink at a social event or other gathering.
Michelle.
Michelle.
Catering.
Yes,
Kate
Michelle.
There's a little
Michelle
wow.
is
I
3-0.
love her work.
Little sneaky, that
All
one.
right, next, Kate. This Kate shot to fame after her portrayal of a rich girl on a really bad cruise.
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle?
Kate Winslet.
Yes, Michelle. That, of course, Titanic. Michelle leads 4-0.
On the verge of
You're on
victory
the
here.
brink
Yeah.
of victory.
Wow.
Chris, now would be a really good time to come back.
Let's go, Chris.
Throw
We're
your
right
body
behind
in
you,
front of
brother.
the bullet, mate. Here we
Yeah.
go. This Kate is known to an entire country as Sally.
Chris.
Yes, Chris?
Kate Rich.
There you go.
Here comes the comeback.
Oh,
Exactly.
watch
Don't
out,
put him against
Michelle.
the wall. He'll
Watch
come
out,
out
Michelle.
fighting.
Crispin's coming.
I couldn't be pants.
You can hold your head high. All right, next one.
Here we go. This Kate arrived at the end of the supermodel era and ushered in the 90s heroin chic trend.
Chris.
Yes, Chris?
Kate Moss.
Yes, Chris.
Chris saw her running up the hill earlier.
Are you just gonna say Kate Moss?
Yeah. She
Okay.
was running up for her heroin.
Exactly. Michelle still leads 4-2, but Chris is staging a comeback.
yeah.
Momentum is turned.
All right. This Kate knows exactly how to lose a guy in 10 days.
Michelle.
Oh, Michelle for the win.
Kate Hudson.
What a great movie.
That was a Kate movie.
It was. Michelle, you are now a VIP
Wow.
at our final show. You'll have 10 entries in the draw
thrill.
to win the Toyota BZ4X. We're going to be live from Optus Stadium Amphitheatre. It's next Friday, kicking off from 6 a.m. We'll see you there, Michelle. You're welcome to come too, Chris.
Chris, and you deserve to
Thank
come along
you.
as well
But
because
you
that
just
was
get
bloody
one-
good.
You just get one entry into the draw.
Good fight back.
Good
And you
fight.
can
No
just
worries.
scream Kate Moss from the
Kate
hill.
Moss. It's a yell. All right, guys. No
Well
worries.
done, Michelle. Well done.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Look at him
Yes.
go.
Crispins are classy, you
Well,
know.
they've been raised. Stop.
Tomorrow, a new name, new day, more chances to join us at our final show.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
So we were always looking for a show to go on, Natalie. We thought that we could do the Amazing Race.
Oh, yeah, you guys have spoken about that.
Neither of us could eat like 1,000-year-old eggs. That's where we'd come across.
But goddamn, you'd fill up on testicles.
I could have done
weekend,
the
Sean.
eating things until I had a gastric sleeve. Now I can't eat anything.
She could barely fit in one testicle.
So that's exactly.
Oh, Natalie,
I have
no
a
wonder
one
you're single.
testicle limit.
Yeah.
So,
Alone.
Lance Armstrong's lining up.
He's going to the front of the line, then to the back.
Get on with your story.
Sunglasses, hat. All right. So we know the show Alone, right?
Well,
So
we
the-
spoke to Gina Chick about it, yeah?
Yeah. So there's a new version coming out that I've just invented, and it's called Alone, the Suburban Edition.
Suburban edition.
Suburban Edition, Sean. This is people that live alone, surrounded by millions of people in a city. And that's us. That's me and Natalie. And yesterday I experienced it. As you know, I've been building my garden box.
Barely
my
mentioned it.
balcony
God,
box.
if only you'd told us.
It's too much, Natalie. So I need it out. I need it out of my lounge room because I kicked it the other night and I've got 2 Band-Aids on my foot and that's too much. So anyway,
God, I'm so sorry for your suffering.
It's not super heavy, but it's just really big and awkward. And also, it's been so ricketily put together because I've had to redo it that I'm frightened if I was to say bend it down and try and hug it, it would just collapse into a pile of pieces. So I had to individually put these little cardboard feet on the bottom of it because everything else was slipping off. So I basically made a little sleeve on the feet and then I wrapped them around with Velcro straps. And then I had to slowly pull it out and make sure I don't hit anything on the way through it. Now I sort of got it out of the halfway out of the sliding door onto the balcony. And then, of course, the friction changes because we're going from shiny to thingo. So then once I pushed it like that, I heard everything crack. And then I end up dragging it in place. It took me probably 10 minutes or something because I do it very gingerly.
This is the garden box, right?
Yeah. No,
So
the balcony box. Yeah, the blanket box. Yeah, blanket
So
storage
you
box.
had just kilos and cement in there?
Nothing.
So
No, it's empty.
okay.
Sean.
I understand what you're saying, Sean.
No. You don't understand. I've told you about building this box. It is so rickety. Like, I'm surprised it's even standing because I had to redo it. And I'm not on the block. I'm just Nathan. I do this.
Just Nathan.
On the radio.
But you
so
didn't
anyway,
have
I got
milk
it
as a
into the
kid.
spot anyway, and then I went, what was that crack? And I've opened it up, and all the hinges have ripped out. I had that hinge problem. They all ripped out of the thing. Every single screw from all the hinges have now ripped out.
$200 something for it.
I have a question for you, Nathan. Why didn't you build it in situ?
In
Like
place.
where it was going to end up?
Because I was working on it mostly late at night, and I just want to be out my balcony, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, but also I have to tell you, if it wasn't right in front of me, it wouldn't be done. So I had to. That's why I strategically built it in my lounge room in front of my TV. Because then I had to finish it. Otherwise, it would just sit out the back in pieces.
Were you worried about the
now
damage
it's
it
out
was
the
going
back
to
in
do to
pieces.
Yeah, well, no, it's 2 pieces now: the lid and the box.
your carpet and your flooring? Sorry, your flooring. Were you worried about that?
No, that's what the
No,
cardboard
that's what the
feet
cardboard
were for.
feet were for, Sean, which actually were very impressive. And I know that Natalie feels the pain because
I've done this too.
Here's the thing. See the instructions there.
Yes.
See that, Sean. See that? What's that? One set of hands. Yep. And then what's on the other side? 2 sets of hands.
Well, everything that you buy from
Only have one
IKEA
set.
says it's a 2-person job to put it together, and I'm here
Except
to tell
for a
you,
lamp.
it is not, because I've put all of them together, including like one of those gigantic bookcases that's like 7 feet tall. But years ago, when I was living in South Fremantle, I had a flatmate moved out. Mate of mine moved out. He moved overseas, and he said, I'll leave that wardrobe there.
Yeah.
There were no built-in wardrobes at old house, and he said, I'll leave that there. And then when I was moving out, I had to do something with this wardrobe. Didn't need it, didn't want it. So, and it's a big double-doored wooden wardrobe that was taller than me. And
Back
I'm
when
like,
they made wardrobes well, Sean.
I have to get this wardrobe out on the verge. How am I going to do that as a single woman?
That's it.
I did it. I got blankets and lifted up, and you got to shove the blankets under then and like dragged it out. I manoeuvred it, like I walked it, like by leaning and getting it, spinning it on one leg and out.
How many times did it nearly fall on you too?
Look, I would say that was a chance at any given moment, and I had to manoeuvre it around. So it was in the room that was next to the front door, but so you have to go out the room into the hallway and then through the front door. So it's a tricky corner to get around to get a big double wardrobe. Did it all on my own. I was sweating so hard. I was swearing a lot. It was very physical, but I did it because I am a hero.
No, we did it. You know why I did it, Sean? Because I had to go at Mum and Dad the other night because they said that when I told them that I dragged it out last night, they went like, "Oh, come on!" Dad was like laughing at me. He said, "No, Brian, shut your mouth. You have Marlene. You don't understand. You don't understand. We sometimes even late at night, Natalie needs someone's hand. I need a hand from someone, and we don't have anyone. We've got no one, Sean. We're alone."
But we don't go on about it.
We don't go on about it. We get it done.
We
get it done, Sean.
We want to know.
It's the one thing I've noticed about you two.
We don't complain. We get it done.
Never.
Have you been in this situation where being alone has impacted you and you've had to do something on your own, but you're a hero and you got it done?
We're talking about Alone, Suburban Edition, and this is the Alone episode. We're going to talk about one person doing a job for at least 2 people. Because you have no other option, because
You're alone.
And you barely mention it.
Shona is in Huntingdale. Good morning, Shona.
Good morning.
Hey,
Hi,
Shona.
Shona.
So, Shona, are you a loner?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, most of the time, yes.
We're alone. We're alone.
Yep, we get it. Okay, so have you had to do something that everybody says is a job for more than one person, but you had to do it yourself?
I did. I probably didn't have to. I chose to. But I had a patrol and I wanted to change the bull bar. So I took the old bull bar off on my own.
Yes.
And then I put my new bull bar on my own.
Yes.
So I was under the car with my feet pushing the bull bar up, holding it in place.
Because when you need someone to hold something up,
bull
Sean.
bar.
Yes.
No, but when you need someone to hold someone up, this is exactly. Keep
I don't
going,
think
Shona.
it's a bull
This
bar,
is-
Nathan.
What's that?
Yes.
I know, but you need to do it, Shona. It has to get done, Shona. Keep going. Show him what we put up with.
Well, I had to have it done. And then I was thinking, oh, hang on, it might fall down and crush me and then no one will be able to save me. So
Yes.
I had two little, outdoor chairs sort of underneath just to make sure it would catch it if it fell. But then, I'm holding it in place and then I couldn't quite reach the tools. So I'm, stretching and it was hell, but it got done.
Can I tell you, Shona, I am right with you then. So when I was building my box, but it's the same thing. I'm holding something up, something's balancing and it's not holding, and then the screwdriver's over there. And then you're like, oh, and then you have to put it all down. I relate to every part of that.
That is amazing. Hats
You're a
off to
hero,
you, Shona.
Shona. A
bull
true
bar.
hero.
She could have died, Sean.
She could have died.
Yeah.
Body
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
line.
don't think we put up with enough.
Thanks, Shona. Christy is in Mandurah. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Hi, Christy.
What did you have to do on your own that is clearly a job for two or more?
Well, I just want to point out that I'm not alone anymore. I
Wow,
actually
okay,
have a
thanks for
man that
rubbing
Hang
it
up
in.
on us, Sam.
How did that happen?
He puts all the things together for me now. So that's
Righto.
okay.
Yeah, no, righto.
Okay, whatever, lotto winner.
Rub it in.
God, how's that,
But I
Natalie?
was alone.
Yeah.
I was alone. So I had to go and get a queen-size mattress off Marketplace, and I've rocked up with a Captiva. Yes. And mind you, it's got the old Craptiva, and the dude was like, this is not going to work. And I was like, well, it has to, mate. So I've, honestly, it took me about 20 minutes trying to fold every corner in. It's got springs in it.
Did you try to put it in the car?
So you put the seats down in the back.
You stuffed it in the car?
I did.
Queen-size mattress in a spring mattress.
Of your head that you, as the driver, Captiva is a 7-seaters. So you put it all
and
down.
this was it wasn't the best mattress, so I had someone's funky stuff happening on my head.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. So we got it in. I got it in, and then I had to get it out.
By yourself?
And then I had to get it up 2 flights of stairs, and I reckon maybe 4 or 5 of my other personalities came out.
They all gave you a hand, so that's nice.
I feel sorry for my neighbour, Marnie Osher, who going,
Yes, yeah.
So I wasn't really alone. The other personalities came out, but I was pushing it from the bottom, then having to pull it up from the top.
Yes.
And then, because I'm a big girl, so I'm having to try to squeeze past the mattress as well. I felt like I was possessed by a demon or something, but we got it done.
You got it done.
Everybody
Got
knows
it
the
done.
feeling of moving a mattress.
Now,
It's so
Christy,
bloody
no.
difficult.
Christy, can you tell us about the post alone life? Now you're with a partner that you keep rubbing in our faces.
I mean, you're giving us hope, obviously.
How much easier is it to do things now when you're living with someone?
It's really nice. But
Shut up, Christy.
I know, but I've always been, even now, I'm still fiercely independent. So,
Shut your dumb
and I
mouth,
will-
Christy.
right? And I'll still have tanties, and then he's like, you don't have to do it by yourself, babe. I'm
I
like,
hope he's listening.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, if she has a tanty again, just come over and meet me and Natalie's single. We'll appreciate everything you do.
But then I can rent him out to other people as well to put
You can.
No, that's great.
There you go. I've heard of that. Rent boys.
You know,
Sean.
we share the load.
Yeah, you share the load, Sean.
Never
Rent
say
boys
that
do that
sentence
too.
again. Thank you, Christy. And well done you for picking up a fella.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Premier has joined
I
us.
feel like at the moment I've got a child in a high seat and I'm worried that they're going to fall out.
Cookie, welcome back.
Chairs are very
Is he
high.
shaming you straight up, actually?
Straight up.
Rog?
He's shortest. That's what he is.
What do you mean? All I said was, do you need a hand up on the chair? And I did this and then put my hand up. And then he put his hands up and I put it up.
Now, Roger, you've come in wearing your pendulum T-shirt, which is
Got my pendulum
fantastic.
T-shirt. Yeah, thanks very much. I think this is supposed to be what we're doing, is it? It's de rigueur.
Yes.
It's Australian Music T-shirt Day. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. You've got to have a day for everything.
Do the T-shirts need to be made in Australia, though?
You can't have everything.
I'm a bit of a fraud, though. This is not my T-shirt. This
What?
is from the 2023 tour. I think I saw Pendulum in 2010.
Okay. Okay,
I
yeah,
took
right.
my teenage kids to see them because they were big
Sean,
fans.
he would have been briefed already.
Pendulum.
What's your favourite Pendulum song?
I was listening to Witchcraft this morning, but I really love the version of the ABC News.
Did they do a version? Yeah, they did,
did a version of the ABC News theme. It
Yeah.
rocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, this sounds okay. Pendulum. Where did they play, Cookie?
That was at HBF Stadium.
Challenge Stadium.
Challenge Stadium. Yeah.
So back in the day, right, when Natalie and I would go on break, they would get people to cover our show, and so we had Jebediah. They covered our show for 1 week, and
That's
then it
very
was who else was in that? There was another band as well. Remember Something for Kate? They came in as well, and they did the thing with us. But we had another band as well. Yeah, so Eskimo Joe. It was Eskimo Joe.
okay.
They came in and did our show for the week.
That is very cool.
Yeah. We nearly got cancelled.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
Got a little text. Don't bother coming back. Stay away a bit longer.
It's really hard being a rock artist like those guys, because I see Stu and Cav around, and they are always, and it's hot days as we know right now.
Yes.
They're always still wearing their black jeans and stuff. Always.
But think
And
about
it's hard to get out of
they
that.
can at least wear a t-shirt. Think about gothics. The poor goths.
I
The
know.
poor goths out there.
Well,
that are
I saw Cav down the dog park walking in the. He had the black. He had
a
the
lot.
boots.
Yeah.
He had a black leather jacket, and it was like it wasn't. That was a lot for the dog park.
Not 15 degrees.
For
was it?
taking the dog for a
Did you
walk.
ever want to be in a band? Ever want to be in a band?
Oh, we all wanted to be in a band, didn't we? I wanted
you
to
have
be
any
the
talent?
drummer, as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
But that dream didn't come to reality either.
No, you have to run the state instead.
Yeah. I wanted to play the violin as a child, but my mother wouldn't buy me one, so I made one out of a tissue box, a ruler, and some lucky bands.
It's the saddest story I've ever heard.
Anyway, I
Saddest
travelled the
story.
world performing. It was amazing.
All my brothers and sisters, they could pick up a musical instrument and just play it straight away.
how
I
sickening.
hated that.
Yeah.
But those skills sort of passed me by.
No, you can't
One of
be
those
good
things,
at
though-
everything.
One of those things, though, when the older self says to you, you should have stayed at it at school to do
Backflip,
that,
Sean,
and learned a language, because they're two impressive
Yeah.
things when you're an
I
adult.
always,
You
always
realise.
said to my kids, you need a martial art, you need a musical instrument, and you need a language.
Language, yeah.
Because if you can do a backflip as an adult, you look like you've got your shit together.
While
I'll tell you
speaking
right now.
Spanish, it's
And also
amazing.
you look a bit intimidating to be like,
Very
what
much
else
so.
can he do?
Very much so. Now, Roger, while you're here, I want to take the opportunity to have
here
a
we
go
go.
at the Estuary Council,
Yeah,
because
right,
the
let's
state
go.
government tipped in $28 million. I banged on about this a bit, but I had some calls yesterday. And the reason why I'm bringing it up now, because there's nothing, it's getting worse. Like
Well,
the
and I'm a
Estuary-
ratepayer of this council, so I am invested as well.
The Estuary Football Club are not going to play football games there. There's a possibility that they'll play 1 or 2 a game a year, and that will be against the West Coast Eagles reserves team. This facility was bought. Money was tipped in by the state government, which is all of us as ratepayers, for the greater community in that area.
Yep.
It's an
bungled
absolute
it,
schmozzle,
essentially.
and they won't change things, and it's just going to go to waste.
If
and
they're
it's
not
gonna be a big
using it,
building.
can we get it brought to Maylands? We'll use it.
Yeah.
How do you
it's
do
incredibly-
something about it?
It's incredibly disappointing. We obviously kicked in a lot of cash
25 million.
to make sure that we could develop a consolidated community sports complex, which was going to be the home of the Sharks.
Yep.
It was utilising the old Sharks ground and some other heritage sports facilities
Yes.
around the area. It's so disappointing it's got to this point. We certainly intervened recently to try to resolve some of the major issues. I think we're starting to get on top of the final concerns, but if what you're saying is true, that the Sharks
it's true.
aren't even going to play there,
So wait, they're
well,
not.
that's outrageous.
So they got $25 million into this place, right?
I thought it was more.
So,
Roger, was it more?
Okay, well, whatever. So they've gotten that
Yeah.
right, and they've gotten it for the purpose of football, yes, for this team.
Well, it's a
but the
community
bowling club
facility
and
as
the-
well.
So what you're saying is it's not going to be used for that.
The Estuary Football Club do not have a base.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So if you're bringing clubs to there is no club room. They will, in the future, more than likely move to the Fremantle Council, and where South Fremantle play out, and join them, Nathan, even though the state government and all of us as ratepayers have put in the money, and the state government have said, in good faith, we want this facility to be built for the Sharks, who have been around for 150 years, plus all the areas that they
Well,
represent.
if they're not using it for the thing that will give them the money for, then we all go and take a bit back.
But council, Roger, dealing with councils, they're a law unto their own.
yeah, well, they're not very accountable. They tend not to pay much attention to their ratepayers. There's usually 1 or 2 noisy stakeholders in the community, action groups or progress associations, which tend to seize the agenda.
Yeah.
It's a real concern. One of the things we've done is we've just put through a law which passed through Parliament yesterday, actually, which will continue to hold local governments more to account, because some of them you see at the moment. We've got this one in Port Hedland, the Port Hedland Town Council. some great, councillors and leaders in that council. They've got a couple of them that are basically, one of them's gone, full anti-COVID on us.
Yeah.
He's a complete cooker.
Yeah.
And the other
You're
is...
a cooker.
Cookie versus cooker.
And the other's sort of wading into some sort of esoteric issue about whether the Russian elections were legitimate. So he's full-on Putin fan. Now, he's there to represent the ratepayers of Port Hedland. Not sit round being a bloody
So what powers now does the state government have
Well,
to...
we have the capacity to suspend individual councillors if necessary. So we'll obviously look at all the activities that take place across local government authorities, and look at if we see some local councillors that are just really not doing the right thing, we're going to pull them out of the system.
Yeah, right. Hey, we want to talk about something that, has been in the news quite a lot, and I'm asking you the question, if you were to order a pizza tonight and you were to get a margarita, would you pick the basil off?
That's a very interesting
Would you
question.
pick the basil off? Let's talk about basil.
Well, look, so Basil and his campaign team basically commissioned a poll, which they then used to try to intimidate
But Basil
Libby.
said he had nothing to do with
and
it.
then they used that poll to undermine her by putting it in the newspaper. And then he says, "Oh, it's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with me." It's sort of like some kid that's been caught out at a schoolyard.
I thought
And
you're lying
he said,
in front of that hedge.
Wasn't
when
me.
saw
I
it on the
didn't do
news."
it. Wasn't me. I didn't do it. I think Libby called it out. I think Libby nailed it earlier in the week when she said there's cowards in the shadows. And so not only has Basil become a coward in the shadow, he's also become, quite frankly, unbelievable. But look, at the end of the day, can I just say this? Because this, as someone that did the hard yards in opposition, when we were in opposition during the Barnett years, we worked hard, right? But at this stage of the election cycle, we had policies out there. We had our plan for jobs. We had done the hard work to put policies in place. We have nothing from the opposition at the moment.
Basil has a drone show ready to go. You leave him alone. He can put on a drone show. That man is good.
Well, look, they've got no one knows what they stand for.
Yeah, and where is it? Amy, our producer, told us this morning we're 100 days away from a state election.
Yeah, 100 days today. Yeah. So
I think the main call is only because there's about 4 representatives in the House, Rod. So that's a big deal. There'll be more this time because people will go.
They're running. There are candidates that have been pre-selected. They're ready to go.
They're a voice of few. Libby's a lovely lady. I've met her a number of times. She represents the Southwest very well. You're going to win this election. It's going to work that way. There's no question about that. But the numbers will start evening up, and therefore they'll have more opportunity to have a crack at you in the future. That's the way I see it.
But don't you have the numbers ready to go? If you're going to pull a move like that, don't you have to know that you've got the numbers? So how can you get people lie? Are you going to vote for me?
Yeah.
And they go, oh yeah.
Well, there's 2 ways to describe the Liberals this week. The first word is cluster, and the second word starts with F.
Look, fairy floss.
Look, quite frankly, you're right, Sean. They don't have many people there, but they're also not doing the hard yards. They're not doing the hard work.
There's little people. I wouldn't say that.
To put their
You've
ideas
been in
out
opposition.
there.
You're saying you're doing the hard work.
That's in opposition. We had policies. We had documents. We had policies out there. We had our plan for jobs at this point in time. We don't have any policies from the
and
Liberals or the
Metronet was a big one that and that's coming to fruition. So we're about to see the Ellenbrook line open.
Absolutely. So Metronet was something we took to the people of Western Australia. They voted for it, and on the 8th of December, the Morley-Ellenbrook line will open. It's going to be a huge celebration because it will transform the lives of people in the eastern suburbs.
Those people stuck in that traffic snarl.
You know what? I don't live in Ellenbrook. My cousin does, but I'm so happy for the people of Ellenbrook to be connected to the city.
Yeah,
because it's big
honestly, it's amazing. So
at the moment, for them to commute by car at the moment, an hour and a half. On the train, it will take about half an hour, 30-minute ride. And of course, with our 2-zone capped fares, it will cost them about $4.60.
And free over the summer.
Okay.
And free over the summer. Summer of free public transport.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Impressions.
With accommodation, flights and package deals, whatif.com has you covered like a beach umbrella. Book your summer getaway on the Whatif app. Whatif, it's Aussie for travel.
Time for a round of bad impressions. $500 cash is the prize. Our guest impersonator today, the Premier Roger Cook, who's just wrapped to be doing this, aren't you, Roger?
It's not going to end well.
It's going to be really good. You're going to really shine here.
Let's meet our contestants.
Stephen's going to love it. Good morning, Stephen.
Morning, people. How are we?
Good, Stephen.
mate.
Stephen, do you have an impression on hand that you can do at all?
No.
No.
That's exactly why you're playing this game.
Yeah, that's
You're up
right.
against Tina from Coogee. Hi, Tina.
Good morning, all.
I mean,
Hi,
at
Tina.
least you have like a Tina Turner in you somewhere or a Tina Arena.
Not at all.
No,
Nothing.
That's
Nothing.
great. Neither do we,
All right.
if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to take turns doing an impersonation of somebody. We don't know who they're going to be until just before it flashes up on a screen and informs us. It's your job to figure out who we're impersonating. You'll buzz in with your name. You get it right, you take the point. You get it wrong, we'll give you your other. We'll keep going. Give the other person
Yes.
a crack at it. Let's test your buzzers, Stephen,
Stephen.
Tina.
Tina.
They're working, guys.
Natalie, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Roger has requested that he'd like to see
I
it
hope it's
3
Jennifer-
times before he has to go.
I want to see the professionals at work.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hope
so
it's
You have to go to another
Coolidge.
station.
All right, let's see. Okay.
That's a good one.
Mr. Sheffield. Stephen.
Fran Dresser.
Fran Dresser.
Stephen.
The
Okay.
name is on the gasp.
Stephen's
Very
on the
gaspy,
board.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, geez.
Okay,
Stop,
Sean's
Sean.
turn.
I'm out of my league.
You would have got that.
Oh, what is he saying?
Come on.
Oh, my God.
You can do this.
Ruggy.
Yes,
Did you hear
Stephen. Stephen.
Scooby-Doo.
That was Roger Cook.
It wasn't your
seen where I had
turn.
my
Look at him. He was frightened. Now he's pushing us out of the studio.
Sorry.
Jeez, mate. The
All
guy
right.
from Police Academy.
Now, Roger, it's Nathan's turn. Okay?
Sorry. So, Roger,
Sorry.
as the Premier,
I'm
if you feel like you can do it better, jump in.
No, I'll behave. Sorry.
Okay.
Keys of the City.
Stephen leads 2-0.
Oh, I've got. Oh,
Oh, wow.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's it.
Yeah, no, keep going.
Yeah.
Give us more. Give us more.
No, use some words. Okay. You think I did it again? You play with my heart.
Hey, Tina.
Tina.
Britney Spears.
You should have got it from. Yeah, 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 yeah.
He was shaving his head at the same time, so it was actually a commitment.
I,
Okay,
I,
Roger.
I love the way Tina thought it was Brittany Higgins. I mean, it was definitely not Brittany Higgins.
Funny.
Roger Cook, now it is actually your turn, okay?
Oh, the pressure's on now.
Here we go.
Okay. I'm cooking.
Yes, Tina.
Cookie Monster.
Yes, Tina. Well, it's tied up. We've got a match on our hands, everybody.
Are you supposed to be a Muppet?
Yeah, that was amazing.
All right,
Okay, back to
Natalie.
my turn. Okay.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
There we go. Cookie Monster's refusing.
waiting.
No, the cookie.
Oh, be respectful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crikey!
Stephen.
Oh, Stephen got in first, I think. Stephen?
Steve Irwin.
Yes, Stephen.
God bless you.
Steve's no
Yeah,
Steve.
Steve's no Steve. Stephen leads 3-2. This is a battle.
This is full
We
on.
haven't
Right,
decided.
okay.
What do we decide they're
we
going
must
for?
be really good today. I know, we'll feel it.
First to 5 or something? I
No,
don't know.
first to 7. First to
Next one. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
I know. Be respectful.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to do.
Be respectful. That's not even the tune. That's not even the
I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
My friend is Luigi.
Oh.
Stephen.
Oh, Stephen.
Mario.
Yeah.
What else could have I done?
No,
No, that was very close
it.
to W.A. Selvage.
That guy, by the way, was an opera singer.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Claudio,
Luigi.
his name was. Yep.
Luigi.
God, you're right, Sean. This is a weird thing for us. We have to
He
tell
was
you
an icon of Perth.
He
Yeah,
was. He
because we
was.
can't do impressions. We have to rely on references, and then when that name pops up, all the references leave our
Oh,
brains.
Yes, that's
gone.
right.
Here we go.
Okay,
Next one,
next
next
one.
Oh, okay. Oh, God.
Oh, that's hard.
Be respectful.
Everything you're saying has been respectful.
Okay. Oh, Michelle, make sure the bow isn't playing in the rose garden. Yeah, please, Stephen.
Barack Obama.
Yes.
Hey, well done.
That was ridiculous.
I
How
think-
did you guess that?
That
I
was
think that's the
respectful, that's
win.
what it
I would have
was.
done
No,
that.
we need one more for Roger, thanks.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Roger's gonna do
Roger's
one
going to
more.
do
I'm
one
ready to
more.
go.
No.
Stephen's one, but we'll do. Cookie, you can do
This
one
is the
more.
last one to end
I
this.
can do one more.
One more. Here we go. Oh,
That's a good one. That's a good one. You can do this.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
The spider is coming out of its burrow.
Stephen.
Yes, Stephen.
Very good, David Attenborough.
Yes, Cookie. That you are good at it.
found
Okay.
your game. We found your
Stephen, $500 cash is all yours, my friend. Well played.
Well done.
Good work.
Well
Okay.
done.
So
Yeah.
here's
Thanks
the
for
deal.
playing, Tina.
Here's the deal. You're currently the best person in impressions that we've had do it. Okay,
Yeah.
so
That was
I
a
reckon
great David
that we
Attenborough.
need to find the other celebrity that is good, and then we'll have these two pit off.
There's a pit off.
Yeah, pit
It's
off.
face off.
Yeah.
It's voice off.
Yeah, we'll get Basil and see if he's any good.
That's funny.
Bad Impressions is back tomorrow, everybody. Roger Cook, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming in.
Thanks, guys. Great
If
to
we
be
don't
here.
see you before, we go on holidays in just over a week, so
Yes.
Merry Christmas to you and
Thank you
yours.
so much.
And Merry
Completely jealous.
Ellenbrook opening. We're excited about that.
It's going to be great fun.
It
It's
is
going to
for
be an
sure.
amazing day.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Hit it.
The best things in life are free,
They are.
but you can give them to the birds and bees.
We want money. That's right, everyone.
Just
Money.
like
It's,
that.
it's handy these days, hey? Things are expensive.
Some say.
Things are going up a little bit.
What for? What do you use it for?
This is amazing, and I see this every year. They talk about the WA Treasury, and they talk about the Register of Unclaimed Money.
Yeah.
$170 million is waiting here in WA. That is unclaimed. That a part of it could be yours.
So
I
what's
think
this
a
money
lot of it's
from?
mine.
The
What
most
is it?
common kind of unclaimed funds are dividends, accounting for most of a third of the total pool, followed by driver and vehicle license refunds and the Department of Transport, and then refunds on utility bill overpayments and payments to deceased estates beneficiaries. That's the part there, the deceased estates.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what,
so
that's,
that's the public trustee.
That's where the money is.
yeah, I know. Some of the real estate agents around, they wait for those deceased estates and they just
Delicious.
sit there and take
Yeah.
opportunity and buy those
Just
places.
imagine going on there, because you can go into MyGov, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can Google it, go into MyGov, and you can have a look, and then say if suddenly you discovered you had an auntie that you
Yes.
never know about, and then she left you her estate, Sean. Her sprawling estate. There'd be
there'll be a
stables.
fight.
There'd be stables.
There'll be a
There'd be
bloody fight.
horses. She's winning racehorses. You never knew. You never knew. And then you get all of it.
I'd know.
That's
so
the dream.
exciting. Surprise money. When I was sick the other week, last week when I had the day off, that night I had, obviously what it was food poisoning, but I was lying on the ground in the bathroom for a while.
It's a proud moment.
In dirt, actually, because I smashed a pot plant. So I was lying in the dirt on my bathroom floor, just dying, and then I thought, what is that? And I saw something under the cupboard, underneath my bathroom bench, and it was a $50 note. And it was sort of stuck up against the tile. I don't know how it got there. I never would have seen it because I don't clean under there.
Yeah,
As a boy, boys don't
That's
clean
a win.
all the areas, Natalie.
That's a massive
So
win.
I thought I was dreaming. So the next day I went back and, there it was. So $50. Surprise money, Sean. Little in the state.
I've had a run with surprise money lately, and I feel like it was tempting me.
It was a test for
It was
you,
a test,
wasn't
it
it?
was
It was
test, okay.
definitely a test.
So the other day, I had to take some money. I went up to the ATMs at Melville Plaza Net, up the road from there.
know
There's
it
two
well.
together.
Yes.
The first one, there was a guy lining up in there, and another bloke said, that's not working well. So I jumped into the other line, and a bloke was in front of me. He did all his business and was getting his money. In the meantime, there was an old fella who was just trying to get this other thing working.
Yeah.
So he put in his card, did all the stuff, and then he went over to the old guy and he said, try to help him out and say, basically it's not working, but let's try this together.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And then he said, all the best, and off you went. Well, I was the next person in line. He walked out without his cash. Like, he had hundreds of dollars.
That's all right. He's got the PIN number of the old man. So he's fine.
So anyway, it's just sitting in front of me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Have
so I
you
yelled
ever
out.
been more
cannot,
tempted
you
in all
can't.
your
You
life?
can't do it,
There
Sean.
was
You
a couple
cannot.
of people next to me, so I couldn't. So I yelled out to him,
there's
come
a
back.
camera on you, Sean. You can't. It's
I
actually
don't
an
think about
offence
that
to
stuff.
take it if you
People
find
don't
it in an
recognise me,
ATM.
it's fine. So anyway, he comes back. We'll give him the money, and off he goes. 2 days later, I was heading home, and I stopped at Woolies on Canning Highway in Applecross.
It's a
and
new
I walked
one, yeah.
in there and just grabbed like 5 quick things. No one's at the self-service checkout.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
great. I'll just whiz in there. As soon as I put my basket down and went to scan my first thing, there was $50 in
So someone's
the
got
machine.
cash
It was
out and not
spinning it
taken the
back out.
cash.
So what'd you do?
Oh, it felt like an eternity when I saw it, and then it registered, and I put my hand out and I grabbed the 50, and I felt like
You
I
had
had
me
it in my
think
hands
about
for 5 days.
Yep.
And then I passed it to the lady who was just working. No one knew, and I said to the lady, sorry, someone's left this
Because
behind.
that's full on, Sean. Because Sean, it's
good karma, Sean.
Straight away, because Sean's got this thing. It's called run money, and he just
It's
likes
fun.
to put a little bit away every time. And it's just in case everything gets too much, so he can go and live the life.
We
he's
don't
supposed
talk
to
about
live.
the run money after 8 o'clock.
Mate, are
Sorry.
you joking? How many times
I didn't look. I'm so sorry. I didn't even look at the time.
She's up.
I mean, like run money
She's
is in
up.
like fun money. You meant fun money for the family.
run money is for when he buys
Yeah.
new shoes to go
Yeah.
running.
Yeah. So
I have not stopped thinking about that last bit. That last bit
Sean,
in
this is the
particular,
thing.
because no one's around.
You know how I live my life, and that is like, and I know that today, tonight, in the current affair, one of them's not even on anymore.
Yeah.
I know that they're not around me, but
Yeah.
I feel like there's something on the
There's
ground.
cameras everywhere.
There must have been one episode they did years ago. There must have been an episode that stuck in my brain that they've put money on the ground.
They
and
tested out.
and
They
then
put wallets,
and then
like
people
lost
go and
wallets to
pick
see
it
if
up and they
people
walk
would.
off.
Yeah.
And the people that walked off look like the biggest criminals.
Yeah.
But yet, human nature. If no one's around, why not be yours?
Look, we want to know: have you encountered surprise money, and what did you do with it?
So we want surprise money, right? But also, if you're the person that's left money,
yeah, just walked out of
In
the
the
ATM.
ATM.
Did you go back and was it there? Because that's surprise
Was
money.
Sean just standing there holding it?
Again?
Beck's in Serpentine. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Beck.
All right, Beck, talk to us.
So a few years ago, my husband and I, we used to live in Spearwood, and we used to walk near the beach, and we used to walk up over Coogee to the beach.
Yeah.
We were walking up the hill one morning, and I looked down, and I found $50 on the road, and I was like, oh, God, like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, I just found $50, and my husband was like, whatever, and I was like, I did. And then about another few metres down the road, I was like, I found another $50.
hey.
And he was like,
Beck.
no way. And I was like, yeah. And I showed him, so then he started, like, walking ahead of me and scouring the ground.
Yes.
And then about another 20 metres up the hill, like at the top of the hill, I found another $50, which he had walked past. And I've just got another one. And he was, like, furious.
Oh, my
because he
God.
missed it.
Yes.
And, I end up with $150 at the end of my walk.
Oh, well, you
that's
deserve
like,
that walk.
yeah,
where
you're
it
being
came
rewarded
from.
for
Oh my
exercising.
God! Well, there's
That's
obviously
it.
a
That's
banker
probably
dead in the
it.
dunes somewhere.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And I mean,
Yeah,
when
no
you're just
idea.
finding it in the street like that, there's no way you can find the owner unless they're walking around
No.
going, has anybody seen my
That
cash?
to me is
Yeah.
that's your money.
That's- yeah.
If it's in nature, I think if it's in certain percentage
Yes.
of nature, then it's yours.
And
Do you not think?
Well, it was
Yes,
quite
I would.
if there's no
windy,
way of
so it was
tracing
like-
whose it can be, like if
Yes.
it's at an
No.
ATM, you can figure out whose it was, Sean.
But what about Woolies? Like, no one was there.
Yeah, I know,
should
but
have kept
they
that.
would have been able to figure out who
Woolies,
that was.
when one's purse was open.
Sorry, I forgot to put in that part,
Well
didn't I?
done, Beck. What a great victory for you.
$150.
Abby's in Rivervale. Hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Great,
So
Abs.
We're talking
Okay.
about surprise money and how it came into you. Tell us what happened.
So I was about 14, so a while ago, and it was back in Scotland. So I was walking through like a shopping centre, and it was like the purse and bag section.
Yes.
And there was a purse on the floor, and so I instantly just thought it was part of the shop. So I went
Yes.
to put it on back in the shelf. I was
Yes.
like, oh, I'm going to check it. Don't know why I thought to, but I did. And when I opened it, there was about £500, I think, cash in there.
Abby.
A lot, so about 1,000 Aussie dollars. And I was with a couple of friends at the time. I know. So being 14, they're like, just take it, just keep it, or just take 50, just take 100, nobody will know.
Yes.
And I was like, I can't do that. So I handed it in, and they said their store policy was if it wasn't claimed within 6 weeks, it would be mine.
Yes.
So then for the next 24 hours, me and my friends were like, you could buy this, you could buy that.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
talking about how we'd spend it. But then I got the call, and it was actually a family on holiday, and it was their, like, all their spending money. And they got it back.
No, it wasn't.
Abby.
it was the people that were working that shift.
Yeah.
That had concocted the story.
Yes.
I said, oh, yes, the
I
family
worried
came in. They
about.
really
That's
did.
what I worried about.
Oh, God, mate.
I was like, do I give it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, do I give it to the police instead? Because I was like, what if the staff take the money? But no, the family got it back, thankfully.
Yeah.
I always wonder
Oh,
that.
that's-
I
that's
always
good
wonder.
karma
I always
too.
wonder,
So they
when-
say.
I wonder if you do hand the money in, do they really give it back to the people? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm sure the police do because they have to.
Oh, we found your wallet.
But if it's a shop, you go, oh, here.
But somebody took the money out of
No,
it.
think about it, right? Think about
Hey,
it.
we got your card, so that's
Okay.
a good thing.
You know those kids that were working at that shop the other day when I was talking about NA had how like services dropped.
Oh, yes.
And they would just talk to themselves and it looked like I was annoying them and bothering them. Getting
Yes.
there. If I handed that would not have gone to an owner. That would have gone straight into their pockets. Come on.
Over the cigarette counter.
You're a good person, though, Abby.
Oh,
we know
sweet
that
mum.
much. Tennille's in Heathridge. Hello.
Good morning, how are you?
Great,
Tennille.
Tennille. Surprise money. Hit us.
Yeah, so I probably wasn't as nice as the last caller.
Great,
Going
good.
back about 20 years ago, I was at a wedding. We'd been to a wedding. I was at the casino with a friend, and we went to the ATM and found $400 in the ATM. And there was no one around at all, no one before us, no one lining up. So we decided that we would take the $400 and split the money.
Yeah.
But then we decided both of our lucky numbers was number 21. So we decided to go and put $5 on 21 and roulette. And won. So we won another $100.
That's like the universe was
You should
agreeing
have.
with what you did.
But don't you think, though, in
Exactly,
that scenario, don't you look back and wish, no, I wish we just said, this is free money, put it all.
Put 400 on.
Put
I know.
it all on there. And then you could have gotten
Right.
the $400 initially and put it back in the ATM. And then there was
I'm
no
not so
crime.
guilty.
That is bloody.
Have you been
Like 36 to 1, isn't it?
haunted by good luck or bad luck ever since, Tennille?
I'm actually pretty lucky generally, so yeah. I don't feel so
That's
guilty.
fantastic.
Someone's had a big night at the cast if they've withdrawn $400 and then just walked away
away.
with
Yours would be
it.
soft, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you just? Oh, thanks, Tennille.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Nearly time for us to get out of here tomorrow. The bin chicken will be appearing.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's $1,000 to be won there.
Yeah.
But Bad Impressions will be back again for the last
People
time.
need it. They
for
need
this
it. They
week.
want it.
They
Yes.
definitely want it.
And you know what? Roger Cook should trust us because we could have stitched him up.
Yeah.
He did not know what was going to be shown on the screen
And he was
whatsoever.
worried that he had no talent in
We
this
could
area.
have put up Pauline Hanson, something like that, to have gotten, like, a bit
Yes.
of news. But no, we just put up the things that, you should do impressions of. And here he is doing, what are these ones, Sam?
Well, you can figure it out from,
Yeah,
from
okay.
the
Have a
impression.
listen, you'll
Yeah,
guess,
see if you can
yeah.
guess it.
The spider is coming out of its burrow.
Yeah, Stephen got it. That was David Attenborough,
David
obviously.
Attenborough
That
all
was a
day
really
long.
good one, yeah.
How like I was there.
Yeah.
Now
With
the
the
next
spider.
one. Let's try this one.
Ruggy.
Oh, my
Okay.
God, it's
That
even
was-
better.
That was Scooby-Doo, which wasn't even he wasn't supposed to be doing
So
that.
that's my
Sean
turn.
was.
I actually thought that was Ozzy Osbourne.
There's quite a skill to it, isn't
I
there,
tell
Ross?
you what, Ross. Hey,
That was good.
do your Jim Carrey again, Ross.
Oh, I can do it now. All righty then.
No. Give us what you
Yeah,
gave
what
us.
you actually said.
Oh, I said...
I'm a pet detective.
I'm a pet detective.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Roger Cook, it was Aussie Music T-shirt day. He
Yes.
was wearing Pendulum. I've been rocking in this studio because he mentioned Pendulum's
got on?
ABC remix.
Yes.
I'll just listen. Oh, it really picks up. Here goes a bit. Are you feeling this?
Yeah. Sean, you drop your thing up.
Oh, my God. When you get up for an ABC.
There it is.
So you're showing the woman, you're showing that girl that you're trying to pick up how to
board
dance,
now.
showing her how you can move and what she's ready for later.
And will.
Hey, Ross, tomorrow on our show, going to invite you in.
Me?
You're going to tell us the tale
Yep.
of Dean Lewis.
Oh, okay. Well, we might have to push that to Monday because I'm in Adelaide.
Oh,
No, we can't. do
Okay,
that.
yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a big story. I got told off by Dean Lewis, so...
Yes. Rightfully so.
And Dean
No, it
Lewis is
wasn't.
not an angry person.
No.
Yeah,
What
he
did
was.
Ross do?
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.